Hey there, Pacer fans. I'm Brendan Robertson, and welcome to another edition of Inside Pacer Athletics. We're out here at beautiful Roberto Hernandez Stadium, and I'm joined now by U.S. Chicken baseball skipper Kenny Thomas. Coach, appreciate you taking some
Good
time
to
to talk
see you.
to
How
us.
you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, the golf course might be the only other place I'd rather be than right here talking to you.
This grass looks about as good as the golf course does
It
right
looks
now.
better than
doesn't
the
it?
last one I played on, I'll tell you that. Let's get into some things. Right now, the baseball season is basically broken down into 3 months. February is the beginning, March, and then April. This time last year, this team, heading in, it was April 1st. Today's April 1st. And this team was 21-15 last year. You went 17-1 in the month of April last year, and it really turned the season around for this team. Right now, you're 23-10. How big is it in the month of April for you to be successful?
Well, you always want to get better as the season goes, and the last couple of years we hadn't started out too well, as everybody knows, and it's been very well documented that our first couple of weekends in February, the last couple of years, hadn't been very good. But the important thing is if you continue to get better, then hopefully you're playing your best baseball at the end of the year. I tell our guys that if you put yourself in a position come April the 1st where every game counts, then you know you're having a successful season. And that's kind of what we've done. We've put our team has put ourselves in a position where now, starting tomorrow at Flagler, every game is vitally important. Our next 3 weekends are conference. Mm-hmm. We will actually know by the 3rd weekend in April where we are in the conference, whether we won it, whether we finished second, whether we're first in our division, whatever. We will know. Then that'll give us 2 more weekends to try to set ourselves for regional play. So, I guess we can say we're where we need to be.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We like to be a little better, but at least we're where we need to be.
Right. You talked about that Peach Belt title. Obviously, you want to defend that. Last year, you won 42 games, finished number 10 in the country, went to your 5th straight regional, and you were the second U.S. Yicken coach in the history of baseball here to be named the Peach Belt Coach of the Year. Congratulations on that. You're at 392 U.S. Yicken wins. One more, which I'm sure you'll get down at Flagler, will put you as the all-time winningest baseball coach here above athletic director Randy Warwick. What will that mean to you?
Well, it means I've been here a while. It means we've had some success. I really hadn't thought about it a lot. Matter of fact, I had forgotten all about it until you just mentioned that we were that close to getting to that point. And, it speaks a lot for the players we've had. We've had great assistant coaches here in my 10.5 years. We've had great players, and we've won a lot of ball games, and I guess that's an honor to go on top of a very, very well-established list that USC Aiken coaches have made, over the years. So it'll be a great honor, and hopefully we will get that tomorrow.
I think you a little tidbit. Gary Gilmore was the other PBC Coach of the Year. I actually grew up down the street from him, so he kind of introduced me when I was a kid to USC Aiken baseball. So things come full circle,
Isn't that funny? Yeah, that's great.
You talked about the great players that you've had here at USC Aiken, and you returned a strong nucleus to this year's team. Guys like Travis Howard, Alex Franklin, Nick Arenas, as well as 7 senior pitchers. How important is that to have, and then add to it guys like Bill Rice and Stephen Owens?
Well, we did return some good players this year, that's for sure. And, the devastating thing for us is some of those senior pitchers we have lost, and that you lost several of them before the season started. Jeremy Smith comes to mind. What a great loss that was to this team. And when I look back and think about how good we could have been on the mound if we hadn't lost those pitchers that we lost. But, Steven Spire's a senior that hasn't pitched now since the first weekend in March, and we don't know his status. We're hoping he's going to get well and get back. He's got a neck injury and a very weird injury for a pitcher, but hopefully he's going to get back. And, it's always good. That's the reason I like to recruit high school kids over the junior college. Obviously, we have to get junior college players from time to time to fit our immediate needs. But when you get to high school kids and they come up through our program, then when they get seniors, they know the ropes, and know what we're trying to do.
As far as bringing high school players in here, how important is it for you as a manager and as a recruiter to be able to show baseball players a stadium like this and a university like USC Aiken and say to them, hey, you can come play baseball here, go to school, get some money to go to school. How important is it to have a place like Roberto Hernandez Stadium?
Well, it's vitally important. There's no question about that. I mean, this stadium's been a big recruiting tool for us, and we can never thank Roberto Hernandez enough for what he did. And
Yes,
the whole university's a beautiful place, so we have a lot to offer at USC Aiken. There's no question about that.
You talked earlier about the slow start. This team started 1-5. Since then, 22-5. And we talked about how important April is. What sort of turned this team around at that point in the season? 6 games in, you said, we're not going to do what we did last year and dig the hole deeper. We're going to turn the ship around right now. How did that happen?
Well, I said in January we wasn't going to do what we did
Yeah.
last year, and we sure enough did it. I don't really remember a one distinct point that changed us around. We had the injury bug extremely bad early in the year, and we couldn't get any continuity with our lineup, and that hurt us. And, of course, like we've said, the pitching, injuries hurt us. And, I don't really remember one incident that really turned things around. It's just, we kept our goal, kept our mind on where we were headed, and we knew we were a better team than 1-5.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Talk about the Peach Belt Conference. 6, I believe, teams in the top 20 in the country, and now it's in division format. We've added Flagler, which you're going to go down to, leaving in a couple hours for the weekend series, and added Montevallo. How tough is this conference baseball?
Golly, I mean, it sure doesn't get any easier. Every year it gets tougher, and I told our guys the other day, one day this week, I said, if the regional selection was today,
Yeah.
I mean, there is 8 teams in our conference that could claim a stake that they deserve to go. So, and as many as 5 or 6 of them are going to get left out. So, it's very, very tough. Peach Belt Conference gets tougher every year, and the way the regional thing is set up, very difficult to get in. And now we got a single elimination tournament
It's
this
tough,
year. And
tough deal.
It's very, very tough, and it's getting tougher every year.
It's no chicken deal. I got to end you on a soft one. It's April Fool's Day. Baseball players are known for pranks, putting a notice in a guy's locker that he's been cut or whatnot. Over the years, what's one memorable prank that you can remember as far as the locker room goes?
Golly,
the clubhouse?
I can remember getting cut. That's one of the
That's a
big
good
things.
one.
That's one of the big things. But the biggest thing is I can remember is a false lineup being posted,
Oh.
and your cleanup hitter being your best player and best hitter, and him not in the lineup that day, and watching him get tore up in the locker
The
room.
look on the
So
face.
baseball has been known for those April Fools. I think you can watch Sports Center tonight and see a bunch of them in the big leagues.
Maybe somebody's shoe will get lit on fire or
That's
something
exactly
like that.
right.
Well, Pacer fans, that's all we've got for you today. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, you can catch some incredible Peach Belt baseball action down here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. The Peach Belt Tournament will be here the first week in May. And, Coach, we appreciate you taking some time. I know you're
Thanks,
busy. You got to
man.
get down to Flagler. For head skipper Kenny Thomas, I'm Brendan Robertson, and we will see you next time on Inside Pacer Athletics.